What's going on, everybody? Average Arcader here, and welcome to Security Cameras. This is by Dodo Studios. Now, Dodo Studios, they're actually a really good studio when it comes to making bass add-ons. I've played a lot of their bass add-ons, and they really go the extra mile to make some really cool basses. But one of the things they like to add is for decoration were security cameras. And I know I covered a lot of their maps, and every time I did, people would say, do those cameras work? And no, they didn't. But I guess enough people asked about it that they went ahead and actually made an add-on that adds workable security cameras. Now, the thing is, I don't think you can add this to your own world. I'm not sure. Maybe you can. I couldn't really see. Doesn't look like it's kind of set up like that, set up for this particular world here. But hopefully, the next time they do one of their cool base maps, they can add these in. But yes, they added, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of cameras that you can actually access through a computer they added in. I'll show you guys how that works here in a little bit. Like you see these two different computers, you can access the cameras with that on the network. And then they even built like a little base area for you in this little world for you to get you started. There's enough materials on this base for you to make a couple different cameras. Actually, not a couple, actually a lot. You can make a good amount if you go and you gather everything up. And then this little compound they made here and connected it to a mine setup too. I'll show you guys here in a little bit. There's even working cars here. But first things first, let's see how the cameras work. Yeah, I'm actually cool they did this. It's a very good way to help monitor things, especially if you were to set up like a server here and you just wanted to sit back and monitor certain things. You can. I like it. There's no recording ability, but you could maybe, if you're on a PC, you could maybe screen capture while you're doing this, and then you will be able to record things a little bit easier. I mean, that definitely helps when it comes to if you're trying to do certain things that the free cam, if you don't know how to use the free cam, would actually work for something like this, because you could easily set up like different types of camera views and camera angles if you wanted to do certain types of movies or something like that. I might actually try to use these in later videos when I'm trying to set certain things up. And a lot of these cameras are, they're decent ways away from the computer I have set up. The ones we're looking at now, I set up in a little village not too far from the compound that I'm in. I know that there is a range distance eventually. Once you get so far away, you can't link them up anymore. But it looks like it's pretty decent size. And all of them work. All the different cameras work. They all work pretty much the same way. You get them. You can move them around a bit. Like I said, they work fine. I like this little base area because you have plenty of beds. You have some startup gear. Let's go over here, show you the cars, and drive over to where there's 2 villages connected that you can go and trade with. Like I said, it's kind of it's a little tour of what the cameras can do, and then a little tour of this little area that they give you when you first start. This is actually a really nicely done mine. Sitting here ready to go. I would suggest you make a cart. This is a working track. And a lot of bases don't do this, but setting up a mine like this would actually be the perfect setup, because then you can start digging right off the back and start hauling it back up whenever you want. Very nicely done, and it gives you plenty of startup gear, as you can see. Everything you see in my inventory now, I got from the base. All of it. All of it's there, ready to go, so you can start making the different cameras and computers right off the back. There's actually more that was there, but I made a bunch of the cameras so that I could test them out. I was really hoping for a record feature, but you know, it's not something you can just put into everything. Hopefully they do like a security cameras too, and then add that then. So that's kind of pretty much it. It's just it's a simple little add-on. It's not even that much. I think it's like $5, maybe $6. It does like I said, the cameras do work. They have a good amount. Like this is the other village over here where I planted the other cameras, just to show you how far away they can work. Because the other ones are the computer that I was connected to is all the way over there in that barracks area, and then the other cameras I set up are here. As you can see, you have these ones, the doorbell one, which is pretty cool. Now we're back here. And then you have the hidden ones that you could easily hide. I mean, you can see it. If you're paying attention, you can see it. You know, and you would only be able to hide this in like a library area. So yeah, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Like I said, I think the only tweak I would say is if there was a way to possibly record, that'd be awesome. Like maybe if they did a security cameras too, they give you the ability to record for them to actually record, and then you can come back and go back through the footage. That would really help when you're doing, say, a big server and you have a bunch of people, random people coming in and out. You could know exactly who does what. So if somebody comes and griefs something, your cameras in the area should be able to get who they are, and you can ban them a lot easier. At least, like now, I know there's ways to get around that for Java, but this is Bedrock. As you guys understand, this is a Bedrock add-on that you can get from the Bedrock marketplace. In Bedrock, there's not too many ways to set up ways to monitor what people do in a server. Cameras being set up would really, really rock. So being able to record with them and set them up is good. But this is a good start because you could still use that. Say you were paying admins to watch over a server, they could do it from one spot if you set up cameras, literally like a security guard, and then they could just simply record their screen. Boom, they'll be able to see what's happening when it's happening, and you can then do all that accordingly. But again, just really wanted to quickly show you guys that. A lot of people asked about whether or not the cameras could work in these different base add-ons that I showed off, and unfortunately they didn't at that time, but now they definitely can. So if you wanted to be able to base, set up some cool cameras, that'd be awesome. There's a lot of cool things you could do. There's a lot of games you could set up. Like, you know, set up like a prison escape, and one person could be the prison warden and watch the cameras, and if they see you, you're instantly out and you got to go back to your cell and sneak out a different way. You know, stuff like that. A lot of things can be done with this. This is a very cool mod. Like I said, the only thing I hope they add in the future to maybe a sequel to this is the ability to record from the cameras. All right, guys. If you enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Also, don't forget, the first video on my second channel is up. It's about Halo, so if you're a Halo fan, go check it out. Goes through some lore as well as some comparison to real-world animals. So if you want to learn a little bit about Halo and a little bit about some real-world animals like alligators and ostriches, I would suggest you go check it out. Like, there's more. You gotta look for yourself to see exactly what the heck I'm talking about. But definitely go check that out. I'll leave a link to the channel in the description down below. All right, guys. Average Arcader out.